Center. This next story may have you wondering, how could this be? If someone tried to look up a woman's dress in a public place, chances are the woman would be pretty angry.
However, the Washington State Supreme Court says it is legal. King 5's Pat McReynolds is live in Seattle tonight with a bizarre ruling. Pat.
Well, Lori, the reaction that you speak of was pretty common on the streets of Seattle tonight and was even more vehement from a young Bothell woman who fell victim to a man with a hidden camera and an unspeakable view.
I didn't know anything of that until maybe 5 or 6 months later, when the prosecutor called me and said, "Hey, you know, what were you wearing? Okay, this is you. We have footage of you."
Jolene Jank thought she had been pickpocketed after watching a man reach into her purse at the Bite of Seattle 2 years ago. But she later learned that her violation was much more severe.
It's not a pleasant thing to think of, you know, me being shot and on some website somewhere.
Jolene was one of many victims of a man carrying a hidden camera in his duffel bag so he could record video up unsuspecting women's skirts. That voyeur was convicted, but today the state Supreme Court heard his appeal and unanimously ruled that this type of voyeuristic video is okay to record even if the woman has no idea.
I think it's ridiculous. If it happens to me, it's just going to be trouble.
If I caught somebody doing that, I'd punch him in the nose.
That's exactly what happened to this hidden camera carrier who was caught by a victim's boyfriend. Take a look. But under today's ruling, that type of violence would land the boyfriend and not the videographer behind bars, leaving victims like Jolene struggling to understand the high court's logic.
With 4 women up there and 5 men as the judges, did they picture their daughters in this situation?
Well, in the ruling, the state Supreme Court did call this act disgusting and reprehensible, and at least hinted that the legislature might want to change the law so that the focus would be on the act itself rather than where it took place. And that would allow this type of videography to be outlawed, even if the victim was in a public place. Live in the newsroom, Pat McReynolds, King 5 News.
Thank you, Pat. Former Tonight Show host Johnny Carson has emphasized